Dear students, welcome to this new session. In this, we will be talking of single input balanced output differential amplifier. So, the resources used are book by Ramakant A. Gaikwad, Op Amps and Linear Integrated Circuits. Second one is by Sergio Franco, Design with Operational Amplifiers and Analog Integrated Circuits. So, in case of single input balanced output differential amplifier, we are having single input which is applied to the base of transistor Q1 and the output is measured between two collectors of transistor Q1 and Q2. That is the reason it is called a single input balanced output differential amplifier. Now firstly, we have talked about the DC analysis of these configuration. So the DC analysis procedure and bias equations of single input balanced output differential amplifiers are identical to those of two previous configurations because the DC equivalent circuit for all these configurations is same. So we will have ICQ and VCEQ as in the previous cases. ICQ is equal to VEE minus VBE upon 2 capital RE plus Rn by beta DC. If we ignore Rn by beta DC, ICQ becomes VEE minus VBE upon 2 RE. Now VCEQ, that is the operating point common emitter voltage or collector to emitter voltage, is VCC plus VBE minus RC into ICQ. Going for the AC equivalent circuit of the single input balanced output differential amplifier, so what we have done, we have replaced the transistor with small signal T equivalent models. So before we derive the expression for the voltage gain, we should note certain things. So during the positive half cycle of the input signal, the base emitter voltage of transistor Q1 is positive and that of transistor Q2 is negative. This means the collector current of transistor Q1 increases and that in transistor Q2 decreases from the operating point value. This change in collector currents during the positive half cycle of the input is indicated by the figure, in which both the currents IC1 and IC2 are shown to be in same direction. So in fact, during the negative half cycle of input, the opposite action takes place. That is, the collector current of transistor Q1 decreases and that of transistor Q2 increases. Next is the polarity of the voltage across each collector resistance is consistent with the direction of current source IC1 and IC2. That is, the voltage across the collector resistance of transistor Q2 is positive and across the collector resistance of transistor Q1 is negative with respect to ground. So we have to note that the assigned polarity of output voltage V0. According to this polarity, the output voltage is equal to the voltage at collector C2 minus the voltage at collector C1. You can see here. So this is the AC equivalent circuit. The transistors are being replaced by small signal T equivalent models, and now we have only one input source, VCC and minus VE are connected to ground. So here we can see the input output relationship of single input balanced output amplifier. So this is the sinusoidal input V in. When we take the output from the collector of transistor 1, this is out of phase with the input signal. When we take the output from the collector of transistor 2, this is amplified and in phase with the input. The output V0 from collector 2 to 1 is Vc2 minus Vc1, and this gets added up because we take Vc2 as positive and Vc1 as negative, and this is in phase with the input. So writing the voltage equations for this loop 1 and loop 2. So the Kirchhoff's voltage equation can be written as V in minus R in into IB1 minus RE into IE1 minus RE into IE, where capital E is equal to IE1 minus IE2. Now for this second loop, V in minus R in into IB1 minus RE into IE1, this is same up to this point, and after that it is RE into IE2. This is equal to 0. So we also know IB1 is nearly equal to IE1 upon beta AC, and IB2 is nearly equal to IE2 upon beta AC. So putting these value in these equation, so we can write V in minus R in by IE1 by beta AC minus RE into IE1 minus RE into IE1 minus IE2. So second equation, V in minus R in by beta AC into IE1 minus small re into IE1 minus small re into IE2 is equal to 0. So generally Rn by beta AC values are very small, therefore we can neglect, and by rearranging these equations we can write small re plus capital Re into IE1 minus Re into IE2 is equal to V in. Similarly, Re into IE1 plus Re into IE2 is equal to V in. So again, using the Cramer's rule, we can write IE1 is equal to Re plus capital Re into V in over Re into Re plus 2R2, 2 into Re. Similarly, for IE2 is equal to capital Re into V in over Re into Re plus twice capital Re. We also know that the output voltage is Vc2 minus Vc1. We can write V0 is equal to Rc into Ic2 minus of minus RC into IC1. That can be written as RC into IC2 plus IC1 or IE2 plus IE1, because we know IE is nearly equal to IC. Now substituting the value of RE1 and RE2 in the output equation, V0 is equal to RC into IE1 plus IE2. So we get this. So from here we get output voltage is equal to RC by RE into V in. Therefore, the voltage gain is V0 by V in is equal to RC by RE. So kindly note that the voltage gain of this single input balanced output differential amplifier is equal to that of dual input balanced output differential amplifier. So as already discussed, the input and output waveforms of this amplifier shows that V in is in phase with V out, which is Vc2 minus Vc1. So this is all about this configuration. In the next session, we will be talking of single input unbalanced output configuration.